Hi and welcome to West Yorkshire Shooting Sports. Today we have the very first vehicle on the channel, and thanks to Lloyd's Off-Road they have given me the opportunity to review this, the INEOS Grenadier. Now this is the commercial model and this has a 3-litre diesel engine which is a BMW engine with a BMW gearbox. This retails at around £51,000 and this comes VAT compliant, so basically what that means is it doesn't have any back seats. They've been blanked off to make it VAT compliant, so if you're a farmer working on site for instance, this would be a fantastic vehicle for you. The reason I say that is this vehicle is permanent four-wheel drive, so it has the ability to go off-road, and I will be taking this off-road. We have a farm that I'm allowed to use, and we will be getting it off-road and getting some nice footage of this thing actually doing what it's supposed to do. So, looking at the car, one thing that I did sort of not like about this is this really large bumper on the front. Now, having the vehicle, I now understand what the thought idea is behind this bumper. It's because the intercoolers or some sort of radiator are sat behind these sections here and here. So that obviously is passing cold air into the vehicle, keeping the engine nice and cool. And it is a big engine, because like I say, it's a 3-litre BMW engine. So it's a 3-litre BMW flat 6 diesel engine. They are available in petrol as well, so they're both 3 litres. So there's a petrol and diesel variant for each model. Like I say, with this being the commercial model. So having a look at it, it is in black, which I absolutely love the look of this thing. It does come with steel wheels, which I will bring a panorama of the car, just showing you about it. But basically, we've got this on test and we're going to showcase it a little bit. So, looking down the side of the vehicle, we have the steel wheels with the BF Goodrich tyres on it. These come standard on the vehicle. It's based off of a Land Rover, so if you look at the body of this, it's the original Defender sort of body, but made for a more modern market. So they have tidied it up a little bit, made it look a little bit more modern, which I really like about this car. The mirrors are much bigger than you would find on a standard Defender, and I will tag a photo up top which will show you the difference, because I've actually managed to get a photo of this at the side of another Land Rover, so you'll see that shortly. Moving down the car, you do have this panel here. This is so you can attach stuff to the side of the vehicle for when you're going off-roading, such as your jerry cans, whatever. It is the push-button doors, and they are nice and sturdy, and this is watertight for off-roading, so it has a nice big clunk when you do it. The rear doors are functional, however, these don't actually have seats. They just get you into the rear of the vehicle. It's a push-button fuel cap, so that just opens for your AdBlue and your diesel. Coming to the back of the vehicle again, steel wheels. The height of this has got really good ground clearance as standard. The one thing I would say about this that I'm kind of interested in is the lack of a side step. I think I'd spec one on this. But all in all, I think this is a fantastic little vehicle. As with the Land Rover, which is what this was based off, you've got the side entrance for the air filters and the mounting for your snorkel, which the snorkel is an addition or accessory you can get for this vehicle. We're just going to move around to the back where we'll showcase the sort of back of it and have a look. So we're back at the rear of the vehicle, and as with any Land Rover that you like, it's got the spare wheel on the back, and I like this about four-wheel drives. The reason I like this is it just gives it that off-road look, plus it's easy to get to the wheel. The last thing you want when it's mounted underneath, like it is on the Discoveries for instance, the last thing you want is when you're off-road, just trying to get the tyre out from under the car. It's easy just on the boot or on the roof or on the bonnet like the Defenders do. It has got the 70/30 rear. I do find this quite interesting because this door is quite tiny. You're not getting a lot sort of through there, but it's good access. And then obviously you've got this door letting you into it, into the back, which is absolutely cavernous. You've got the entire back row up to the bulkhead. It's over 2,000 litres, which is just absolutely mental. I am aware, coming from a courier background, you can actually fit a Euro pallet in the back of this, probably a standard, which I'm quite interested by. But what I'm going to be using it for, as I just shut them with a good bit of authority, is obviously the channel is about shooting sports. So the good thing for this is the back of that would be good for your gamekeepers. People that are needing to carry a lot of equipment to site but don't really need the passenger space but need the ability for four-wheel drive. And this car would excel at that because it's fantastic off-road. Like I say, we're going to get it off. It is fitted with a tow bar as standard, so you've got the tow hooks down below. These are front and back tow hooks, and this does have the tow bar fitted. Like I say, you've got the people that provided this, so big thank you to Lloyd Allroad, who provided the INEOS Grenadier for test today. Looking at the car, so it has a 90-litre fuel tank on this thing, so it's a big old fuel tank. It does, however, specify on the website that it will only do up to 25 miles per gallon. So we'll see how that does. I'll let you know later in the video. So moving on back at the side of the vehicle, the overall length is just 4.9 metres, with it being just over 2 metres wide. So it is a big old vehicle. It does fit in a standard UK space. So obviously I'm currently in a services, so you can see all the trucks sort of around me. I am in the truck bay. Anything that doesn't know, yes, I do have, I've just stood in a puddle, I do have a Class 1 licence, so you never know, you might see some truck footage on the channel. But this thing has been an absolute dream. I've currently come from Carlisle, so Lloyd's Allroad, INEOS is in Carlisle, and basically they provided the vehicle for me to test. I've drove it down and I'm currently in a services, just giving it a bit of a review, and yes, it is raining. We'll be getting this further out, so you're going to see me off-roading it. We'll do a bit of a video on the interior and showcase some of that, so I'll be putting the camera in there and just panning around it. Obviously it has got some of my stuff in it, and it is a demo vehicle, so it's not the it's going to be a bit higgledy-piggledy. But thank you for watching this part of the video. We'll get back into the inside and then we'll take some shots of it off-road, and I'll be looking at showcasing you one feature that I am interested in and seeing how this thing does on a slippery hill, so keep an eye out for that part of the video. Right, let's get inside and have a look. So we're just inside the vehicle. I'm going to swing the camera around and we'll have a look at the interior. So like I said, my notepad and stuff are in the car, and obviously the mic kit, so do take into account this is a demo vehicle and it's not a brand new vehicle like you would see on some other channels. So we're just going to switch the camera around and we'll have a look at the interior. So starting off at the door, obviously we do have lovely door cards. The top of them is sort of nice feeling material, and we've got leather obviously around the door card, but we do have the scratchy, if I just bring the camera down, we do have the scratchy plastic down here, which is not a major concern. Now this does have the optional leather steering wheel, and this is in brown leather, which it does give it a really nice feel. That is actually a really nice steering wheel. We have the, I've forgotten what size the screen is. It is a 12.3 inch LCD screen. Now the good thing about this, I find, is you do actually have a compass rather than, if I just put the ignition on for you, you'll see it is a digital compass, which gives you your height and meter set from sea level and what degrees you're at. So I think that's a really good feature. Down below, if I just turn the heating off, you've got the heating controls up top. You've got the front and rear heated screen with the hazard lights. The climate control is here. The start stops cut off, the audio controls, and the park assist. Now, as I said before, this has a BMW engine and gearbox. So you have the BMW gear stick there with the high and low range gearbox, and I believe that's the BMW OptiDrive system, but don't quote me on that one. And then if we just look up, so we've got the screen, and then we have the aircraft controls, which I really like that feature. So these are your additional buttons, so you can add different features into this car. So if you're running lights or anything, they're up there. You've got your off-road mode, so you've got off-road and wading mode. And then down here, we've got downhill, which I'll be showing you later on in the video, and the ESC controls, and that's just your light controls. An interesting feature that I am intrigued by is this one here. So this is your headlight level control. I'm a bit unsure why it needs to be up there and not down near the steering wheel. But looking back around, so we've got obviously the headrests, the sunshades, and we've got down here, we have a Land Rover feature. So the handle in the dashboard and obviously the glove box. Now it is quite a spacious bit in here. I'm just going to swing the camera back around and look at me. So there we are, we're in the interior of the INEOS Grenadier Commercial, and as you can see, it's cavernous back there. We have the steel bulkhead here, which is allowing you to obviously hold to keep the rear contents out of the cabin. It's good, like I say, I would really recommend this vehicle to your gamekeepers, farmers, them sort of people that need the ability for four-wheel drive for, you know, going across the fields, down hills. I think this car would excel in that sort of industry. Don't get me wrong, it's not a cheap vehicle, but it's also not a massively expensive vehicle looking at what the equipment you get with this car. For instance, it's got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, it's got Bluetooth, it has DAB radio, it's permanent four-wheel drive, it has a lot of four-wheel drive features to keep you on the road. It does have cruise control, but it doesn't have adaptive cruise control. I don't know if that's an option, I will have to check on that one. But it's got lane guidance. All the safety features that you need while on the road are in this vehicle as standard. And I think that's a really good feature. Now, I'm hoping after this video, we are going to get another INEOS on the channel. Whether it be, like I say, because this is the commercial version, now maybe we get the full station wagon version, or maybe the Quartermaster. We'll have to see. Because like I said, this is the first ever vehicle video on the channel, so thank you for joining in and watching this with me. It's going to be an interesting one, but hopefully we're going to get some really good content of this thing out in the fields, because I'm looking forward to it. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this thing. If you could, if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you've got any clips on Instagram or TikTok, if you could drop me a comment and let me know what your thoughts are on the video, if there's anything you'd like me to do going forward, because like I said, this is my first ever video doing a car review. And if there's any other vehicles you would like to see, please do drop a comment. Anyway, back onto the car. Let's watch some four-wheel drive footage. So we're just on the hill at the moment, which is a bit slippy on the farm, and we're just going to test the downhill ability of the car. So up here we have the downhill mode, so in the assistance we're just going to switch that on. This will keep the car at 3 miles an hour, no more, and it'll be demonstrated here. And I'll just get my colleague just to show downhill at what we're going to be tackling. So as we set off, if we just focus on the screen, I'm releasing the brake and the car is holding at 3 miles an hour. And you can see we're now going downhill, and the car is controlling the momentum. So what do I think to the INEOS Grenadier Commercial that I've had out on test? So far, the car has been fantastic to drive. Don't get me wrong, it's got the characteristics of the Defender, so you do get the slightly wayward steering. I don't want to say wayward, but you do have to be watching what you're doing with the steering, as you do with a lot of off-roaders. It's actually a really nice place to be. So driving this, I've had it up and down the motorway because I picked it up in Carlisle. I brought it down to Stoke, been back up into West Yorkshire, come back down to Stoke, and I'm heading back to West Yorkshire now. We've had this thing off-road in fields. We've been doing some dirt track driving, as you've seen. And we've got some really good footage and really used this car. So I've used it for a multitude of different things. We've done motorway driving with it. We've done, you know, dropping stuff off, local driving. We've done off-road driving, and it's never put a foot wrong. This car has been absolutely brilliant to drive. With regards to the engine, obviously it is a 3-litre turbo diesel, and it is basically a 2.5 ton car, so it is a big lump to pull around. However, it's been averaging 24 miles per gallon, and if you look at what INEOS says on their website, it's actually fitting what they say it will do. And that's really good to hear, that a manufacturer is sticking by what their vehicle will do rather than giving you vague figures that they don't always achieve. Equipment wise, this car is very well equipped. It starts at around 51 grand, like I said previously, but it does come with a lot of kit. It's got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's got cruise control. It isn't adaptive cruise control on this model. It is just cruise control. It's got Bluetooth. It does have the toot button, which everybody seems to go on about with this car, which is for the cyclist, and it is called toot, which everybody finds funny. With regards to equipment, this is pretty well equipped. We have off-road features such as wading off-road, which is up here in the overhead panel. You have got the options for additional parts, so should you fit working lights or a winch, these can be controlled internal of the vehicle, but this doesn't have them fitted. We've got the assistance thing, so I've done a video which you'll have seen using the hill descent. We've got the electronic stability control there and the interior lights there. You have got control for the exterior lights up here as well, so you can adjust the level of the headlights up here. Down below, we've got the standard stuff you would do. So you've got the heating controls, we've got the front and rear heated screen, the air conditioning and the recirculation, the start stop, switch off valve with the audio control knob there, and the park assist to turn the beepers off. You have got the BMW similar system down here, so you've got the little control wheel that I think it's BMW OptiDrive or iDrive. Similar system down here, but you do have a proper handbrake, which I quite like. It is, like I say, it's a BMW gearbox, BMW engine. It's just a nice place to be. This is very comfortable. The Recaro seats are really comfortable, and it's not poorly built either. You've got the nice leather wrapped steering wheel. You've got soft touch doors, the leather wrapped door handles, and then you do have the scratchy plastic downstairs. With regards to the cup holders, these are bottle/can cup holders. They will not fit if you've got an Awala, for instance, or a Stanley. They generally don't fit in these cup holders, but you do have generous door pockets for your larger bottles. I've got simply kind of Monster, and that fits quite nicely in there. Would I buy one of these? Definitely. I think you get a lot for your money. If you think of the thoughts behind the INEOS Grenadier, it was to modernise the Land Rover Defender, in my view, and I think they've hit the nail on the head. This is definitely looks very similar, and I've got a nice picture which I'll put up in a second of it's one of this thing sat next to a 110 Land Rover, which was a 2007 plate Land Rover, and it's interesting to see the 110 next to this thing and the familiarity in the body shape, but how the modern look is on this thing. It's such a fantastic place to sit in. I've enjoyed driving this thoroughly. I can't really say anything wrong about this car. It's just lovely. You do have a lot of features, like I say, in the menu. It's definitely a BMW derived system because it makes the same noises. But you can control it here, or it is touchscreen, which is a 12.3 inch LCD screen, should you need to know. The one thing I would say I'm not overly keen on is all of the information from your speed, your fuel, everything is in the central screen. You don't have it actually in front of you, and if I'm honest, I'm not overly keen on that design on these things, simply because you have to look away from where you're facing to look at what speed you're doing, which with the smart motorways and stuff that we've got going on in the UK, you do have to watch your speed quite a lot. Now, if you're on cruise control, it's not an overly big issue, but if you're driving the car yourself, it can be a little off-putting looking over to the side rather than straight in front. So I would like to see in future developments of INEOS possibly a little screen just in front, just for the speed information and gears, because at the moment the only thing in front of you is the warning lights. So yeah, it's like I say, I hope you've enjoyed this review. I simply love driving this car, and it's been fantastic to have the opportunity to review this. and have it on the channel, because this is the first vehicle that was actually on the channel. And I thank you to Lloyd's Group for giving me the opportunity to not only take this out for the weekend, but review this car and just have it on the channel. It's been fantastic. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. If you've have enjoyed this video and you're into shooting sports, the whole point of my channel is to discuss all of the aspects of shooting, whether it be the rifles, shotguns, air rifles, or airsoft that you use, the clothing you wear, the events you go to, or the vehicles you use. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and if you could like, share and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.